What does this sign mean? No overtaking. Apart from cyclists and motorised wheelchairs, what other road users may use an unoccupied cycle lane accompanied by a broken white line? All drivers may make temporary use.
What would be the effect of overloading a vehicle with passengers or goods? It would reduce the driver's ability to control the vehicle. When towing a high and wide-bodied trailer, what should a driver do? Make use of extended mirrors to check for following traffic.
What should the driver do to secure the vehicle when changing a front near side, left-hand side wheel? Ensure that the vehicle cannot roll when jacked up. What is the purpose of engine oil? It lubricates the engine. When calling for help on an emergency telephone on the motorway, who does the call go to? The Gardaí.
What does this traffic light mean? Traffic turning left may proceed if the way is clear. A learner driver who has been stopped by a Garda for driving unaccompanied faces a minimum fine of how much? €160.
What should a driver do when driving in dense fog? Reduce speed and use dipped headlights.
If a vehicle breaks down on a motorway, what should a person do? Move the vehicle to the hard shoulder.
What does this light mean? Directional indicator on.
When dazzled by the lights of an oncoming vehicle, what should a driver do? Do not look directly at the lights.
When preparing to stop, a driver notices the vehicle behind is towing a trailer. What should the driver do? Indicate in good time and pull in gradually to allow the vehicle behind extra stopping distance.
How should a driver react to emergency services vehicles with flashing blue lights and/or sirens on? Check their mirrors before looking for space to move aside.
In this situation, who should wait? The driver behind the stopped van should wait.
If the brake pedal of a vehicle feels soft or spongy when applied, what does this mean? A fault in the brake fluid system.
What should a driver do if they meet a vehicle with flashing amber beacons? Slow down and prepare to stop. What would happen if a driver cuts in too soon when overtaking another vehicle? It would force the other vehicle to suddenly slow or change direction, causing danger.
Which of the following affects the braking distance of a vehicle? The speed and weight of the vehicle.
What should a driver do if they are taking a medication which can make them feel drowsy? Do not drive a vehicle.
What does this road marking and information plate together mean? Parking not allowed at the times shown.
What does this sign mean? Dangerous bend ahead.
What is the purpose of daytime running lights on a vehicle. To increase the vehicle's visibility in daylight hours. The driver is approaching traffic lights that they know have been green for some time. What should the driver do? The driver should be aware that the lights may change before they reach them and be prepared to stop. In wet weather, how might a driver judge what is a safe following distance from the vehicle in front? By allowing at least 4 seconds to elapse between the vehicle in front and the driver's own vehicle passing a fixed point. When is a driver allowed to overtake another vehicle on the left? When the driver is turning left.
What should a driver do if their vehicle breaks down in a tunnel? Use the emergency telephone to call for help. What does this sign mean? Pass either side. What should a driver do if they notice steam rising from the engine compartment? Stop where safe and investigate the cause.
When a learner driver has passed their driving test, are they permitted to drive unaccompanied as the holder of a certificate of competency? No. A learner driver is not permitted to drive unaccompanied until they have been issued with a full driving licence in that category. What should a driver do if a bus in front has moved out to make a left-hand turn and there is oncoming traffic? Stay back and allow the bus to complete the turn. What should a driver do when there are dark clouds and visibility is reduced during daylight hours? Drive with dipped headlights switched on. What lights should be shown on a parked car, tractor or works vehicle at night on an unlit public road? At least one side lamp, front and rear, on the side nearest the centre of the road. What does this sign mean? Mini roundabout ahead.
What does this sign mean? Turn right only.
What lights should a driver use in dense fog? Front and rear fog lights along with dipped headlights.
To whom should a driver report aggressive driving? Local Garda station or traffic watch? What does blue smoke coming from the vehicle's exhaust generally mean? The engine is burning oil. When should the handbrake be used to bring a vehicle to a halt? Normally, never.